Morning, you legends. So this morning isn't a great morning. I woke up with a ball of anxiety right in the middle of my chest. I don't know if any of you ever wake up like that, but it's for absolutely no reason. The weather here in Sydney, Australia has been pretty bad. I don't want to say horrendous. I don't want to overstate it. It's not like we've got a cyclone or there's been an earthquake or anything like that, but it's just been non-stop rain for many days, and I get quite weather affected. So maybe that's contributing. But nevertheless, here we are. I woke up this morning trying really, really hard to convince myself not to go to the gym. I gave myself every reason under the sun. I told myself I went to bed too late. I've not had enough sleep. If I go, I'm going to get injured. And look, don't get me wrong. You 100% should always listen to your body. But you also know when your body's not ready for whatever you want to put it through versus your mind not being ready for whatever you want to put it through. And this morning I was just being weak, and so I forced myself out of bed, and I just finished my gym session, and I didn't get injured, of course not. But yeah, I feel better already. I still don't feel great, but I feel a lot better than I would have if I stayed in bed. The anxiety would have only compounded. I would have felt guilty for not going to the gym. And then my day probably would have spiraled a bit. I would have probably made poor choices with my diet. I would have made poor choices with my movement. I probably would have just gone and sat on the couch and drunk a coffee and sat in my guilt and my anxiety. But dragging myself out of bed and getting to the gym has certainly helped with that. And the other thing is, I'm convinced, and I'm going to tell myself this until I truly believe it, is that I'm going to have an amazing day, regardless, because there's no reason why I can't. And I absolutely will. I woke up this morning, I'm fit, I'm healthy, I have a beautiful wife, I have a beautiful daughter, I have an amazing family, I have people who love me, and I have people who I love very much. And today is going to be wonderful.